Hello learners and welcome to another week at CPDLF. We're on week 10 of our Connect2 launch and we're going to be talking about habits of success, and we're going to continue with social awareness and interpersonal skills. And if you're not sure exactly what those are, that's what we're going to be talking about and learning about today and focusing on for a bit of this week. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. So if you remember, we were talking about the habits of success, and this week we're going to focus on this middle column. Okay, social awareness and interpersonal skills. And if you remember, the habits of success, they're called non-cognitive skills. They're skills that we exhibit every day to drive our individual success, self-management, and the ability to collaborate with others. Learning to moderate emotions, being equipped to make good decisions are just the beginning. And developing these skills requires a lot of practice, feedback, modeling, and coaching. Okay, so like I said, we're going to focus on social awareness and interpersonal. Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide because it better describes it. It's nicely set up. Okay, so you have your social awareness and interpersonal skills. And they recognize the feelings and perspectives of others. You can recognize individual and group similarities and differences. You use communication and social skills to interact effectively with others. And you demonstrate an ability to prevent, manage, and resolve interpersonal conflicts in constructive ways, which that's important. A constructive way, a good way to solve these. So here's a little diagram here. So what do? What are you thinking? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? It deals with what you do, and it's all connected. Okay, and it's all about making good decisions. Okay, so you are going to recognize the feelings and perspectives of others, and this is sometimes difficult to do. Recognize how someone's feeling, seeing something from their perspective, putting yourself in their shoes. I'm sure you've heard that before. You don't know exactly what someone's going through, and now you are able to put yourself in their shoes. So social awareness is being aware of others, understanding that others have feelings, so what you do affects them, and knowing that your actions are going to affect others. So what you do has a direct impact on others. Okay, and there's interpersonal awareness, your decision making, your empathy, motivation, self-esteem, commitment. All of these are bottled up. Okay, there are personal qualities that are not measured by tests. And, these make you a good person. You need these interpersonal skills. You need to be socially aware. So there's humility, enthusiasm, spontaneity, self-awareness, empathy, compassion, reliability, sense of beauty, sense of wonder, resourcefulness, motivation, creativity, critical thinking, self-discipline, resilience, endurance, grit, persistence, determination, curiosity, question asking, humor, leadership, civic-mindedness, courage. And, these make good people, and they're not necessarily measured by, me giving you a test. But you sort of are tested in life. If you have resilience, if you have grit, if you're persistent, civic mindedness, if you are enthusiastic, you're self-aware, you're a good leader. Okay, these help you to become a better person. And it's also good to recognize individual and group similarities and differences. Okay, so let me put this here.
My mom and dad say we are all different, and that makes us beautiful. We were all from different cultures and believe in different religions. It would be boring if we all look alike, think alike, or talk alike. Every day at my school, I see everyone around me is different and special. We all have different color skins, and we are all different shapes and sizes. But we are all kids, and we are all growing each day. Some of us have short hair, and some of us have long hair. Some of us have straight hair, and some of us have curly hair. Some do not cut hair and wear a puffka, or a turban for their faith and religion. Some wear a kippah, or scarf also. We all have different shapes of eyes. Some of us wear glasses and some of us don't. But we all see beautiful things around us. Some of us use our feet to walk, and some of us use wheelchair. Others even use guide dogs to help them, but we all get around to different places. We may speak another language or communicate differently, but we all learn to express our feeling and learn to understand each other. All of us see different kinds of foods, but we all like to eat. Some of us like basketball and some of us like football. Some of us like golf and some of us like soccer. We may even dance to different songs, but all of us like to have fun after all. As you can see, we are all different and special in many ways. So next time you see someone different, it is important to respect and treat everyone the same way. After all, being different is beautiful and we can learn a lot from each other every day.
Okay, and I really like that video because it does show you that it is good to learn about diverse cultures and, you know, other learners who are not like yourself. I had the great privilege when I was growing up. I went to a high school where we had a little bit of diversity, and I was able to, you know, make some friends who were of different faiths than me. And it was interesting because I got to participate in some of their celebrations for their religion. And it was very, very neat. So it's good to embrace, you know, different cultures and learn about differences. And, you know, that's what, you know, leads to your learning and, you know, makes you a more well-rounded person that, you know, you can go off in society and understand, you know, the different religions and how that's impacted our world. So, you know, just something to think about as you get older, that it is good to, you know, embrace other cultures, to learn about them, to make other friends of different with differences. And, you know, so anyway, that's my little spiel. And, you know, as you go out into society too, you know, you can help people. I was lucky enough as a teacher to teach somebody who was hearing impaired and somebody who was visually impaired. And, you know, it led to me, you know, having more of a respect for these learners and knowing, you know, what they're going through, and they would talk to me. And so anyway, I just want you to keep an open mind, you know, meet people, talk to them, and, you know, embrace these differences. And my slide's stuck. Okay, there we go. So communication and social skills to interact effectively with others. Obviously, that's a huge thing. I know social media is huge now, and sometimes it can be a good thing and sometimes it can be a bad thing. So just think about how you're using it. Obviously, these are just cute little pictures of kids. I like the girl in the upper left-hand corner. It's like someone has told her something shocking. But yeah, you know, people are on it. People are meeting people in the bottom. People are, you know, learning together. This is huge too. Demonstrate an ability to prevent, manage, and resolve interpersonal conflicts in constructive ways. So they say think before you speak, and that means T, is it true? H, is it helpful? I, is it inspiring? N, is it necessary what you're saying? And K, is it kind? So you should almost filter yourself before talking. I don't know if you've ever said anything and then you're like, oh my goodness, I should not have said that, or why'd that come out of my mouth? So sometimes you need to actually stop and think before you speak. So the first thing that comes to mind, you know, you're supposed to use judgment to decide if your words need filtering. Intention, am I saying this to hurt the other person? Choice, is this something that needs to be said? Compassion, can I try understanding how the other person feels? So, you know, put yourself, think about them. Empathy, can I try to see what happened through the other person's point of view? Did I listen properly? Did I give the other person a chance to explain or apologize? Will this embarrass the other person? Is there a better way, time, place to say this? Are my words respectful? How would I feel if someone said this to me? So sometimes you need to stop and think and maybe not use the first thing that comes out of your mouth. And I actually looked up the definition of interpersonal, and it refers to something involving or occurring among several people And these skills refer to our ability to get along with others. And, you do want to get along with others. Most jobs, most things you do in life, you're going to have to interact with others. And I think this is great. So think, is it true? Is it going to help someone? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary that you say this? And is it kind? President makes a new friend here.
Here's the thing. The world needs more friends. Did you hear me? Look cool with a pen. Yes! I made a list of special tips to make new friends. If I can't see you, you can't see me. You might not know what to say, but get awkward with it. Yeah, get awkward with it, people. Do the awkward dance. I'm gonna take this list, go out in the world, and make new friends. Got stuff with my friend Gabe. What's your name?
Donna.
Cool. My name's Robbie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How old are you?
14.
Cool. I'm 12. I'm just saying stuff. I'm just saying the question and you say I say that. Yeah. You're older than me. What advice do you have for me for growing up?
I think you should just be yourself and don't listen to people who don't accept you for who you are.
Yes. That's perfect. How do you think kids and grown-ups can work together to change the world?
They can work together pretty easily if grown-ups accept that kids can make good decisions and they should be taken seriously.
Why are you wearing a scarf on your head?
It's because I'm Muslim and my religion tells me to, but it was also my choice. I have a religion and it's what I follow, but it's not all of me.
Do you ever think you're different because you're Muslim?
Yeah, recently I do feel like I'm a little different than everybody because I'm Muslim, because I recently started wearing the scarf and the hijab, and so that kind of made me stand out a little bit more, but it's not always a bad thing. I like being different. Do you ever feel different?
Yeah, for sure. Several things. Osteogenesis imperfecta in general. OI, it causes dwarfism, so everyone's like a little bit taller than me. When we played like a sport like dodgeball in school, I was always the last one to get picked on the team because I was always in and out of a wheelchair. Most of the time I was in a wheelchair playing dodgeball. It was fun, but I was always the last one to get picked, so that made me feel a little bit different. So I'm not a Muslim, but does that mean we can't be friends still?
No, of course it doesn't. I have tons of friends that aren't Muslim. My religion doesn't define whether we can be friends or not. And a lot of my Muslim friends, we're friends not because we are Muslim, just because we're friends, you know?
Yeah. Finish the sentence. The world would be more awesome
if everybody learned to accept each other, even if they're different from each other.
But the picture is that your picture on our team. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So it's time to make some new friends. Quit the judging and get to talking, because awkward is the new awesome. Yeah, quote me on that. So who can you make friends with today? More friends in the world means more dance. Get awkward with it, people.
So pancake, subscribe.
Okay, again, I'm frozen here. Okay.
Say,
sorry, guys.
got stuff with my friend. What advice do you have for me for growing up?
I think
Okay, and here's just a quick slide. You can look at this at your own time, but just use I statements, listen to what other people have to say, tell the person what you think the other person wants so you make sure you understand it. Together, think of as many possible ideas as possible that might bring about a solution. Agree on a solution and try it again if it doesn't work. Okay, and your reflection question, what are some ways you can use social awareness and interpersonal skills? Okay, so answer that question, and I'll include the PowerPoint just in case you have any questions.